Hi everyone, it's me Roxanne, and I'm back with a new video featuring the Singer Quantum Stylist 9960. This is part 17 in my ongoing series featuring this wonderful machine. In this segment, I will be showing you all about the fancy trim foot, which was part of the bonus foot collection. So stay tuned. Here is the foot that I'm going to be showing you a demonstration on today. This is the fancy trim foot. This came as part of the bonus foot collection with the 9960. I want you to notice that in the front there's a slot for feeding in flat trims or even slightly dimensional trims to be sewn down on the machine. This particular foot is used with the shank, the plastic shank that came with the bonus foot collection. It's a snap-on foot and it snaps on this easily. Listen. Now I'm going to show you how to install this foot into the machine. Here I am at the front left side of your machine, and I'm going to show you how to install the plastic shank onto the machine. Notice the indentation here. That indentation will wrap around the shank of the machine and line up with the hole for setting in the screw set. Now I caution you to tighten that screw set very gently because this is a plastic shank and we don't want to crack the plastic shank. After that's installed, here is your foot. We just simply snap it right in position. In this segment, I'm going to show you how to apply two different trims using this foot. The first trim is a continuous sequin trim that feeds through the foot very nicely and sews on very easily. And the second trim I'm going to show you how to sew on with this foot is a flat ribbon using a twin needle. As in all my demonstrations, I'm going to be using the same poly cotton blend, and I'm going to be using a mid to heavyweight stabilizer, which needs to be used for applying trims. For this demonstration, I've already threaded the upper thread with a clear monofilament thread. I thought that this worked best with the sequin, and it just sort of fades away and you don't see it at all. Normally for a demonstration I like to use something contrasting. However, nothing really looked good in any of my demos, so I just wanted to go straight ahead and show you what I would use normally anyway, which is this very fine monofilament thread. For sewing a straight stitch, I also went just a little bit longer to a 3.5, and I thought that that was a good length of stitch to be sewing on these sequins. This is the continuous string of sequins that I'll be working with today. And as you can see, it's directional. Notice how the sequins toward the front of the end are all laying on the one behind it. That's important to understand so that when you feed them into the foot, that they won't be getting caught as they go into the foot. They'll be laying flat. It's always a good idea when cutting the end of a sequin to tape it off as I did here. I don't know if you can see that. It's usually because these sequins many times are sewn on with a chain stitch and they can unravel very easily. So when inserting this into your foot, I like to remove the foot from the machine and gently press the sequin down into the foot to get it to start to go into the foot properly. And I like to pull it a little far back so I have a little tail in the back before I start to sew. Then install the foot back into the machine. Here I am at the front bed of the machine, and I place my fabric underneath the presser foot, and I'm getting ready to sew. Placing my presser foot down, I'm going to hold the sequin out in front and guide it into the foot. I like to hold the sequin in the back just to keep everything in line when I start to sew. I just hold everything a little bit taut to keep everything flowing smoothly through the machine. Sews really nicely, but the sequin does like to twist a little bit, so just watch it as you feed it into the foot. And when you come to the end, just take a little piece of tape and tape off your sequins. And snip it. And then let the tail just feed smoothly right into the foot. And there is your sequin sewed on so nicely and evenly, and you can't even see the stitches. For my next demo, I will be using a double needle sewing on flat ribbon trim. I've gone ahead and I've threaded my machine with 2 spools of white thread on the top, and I've already installed a double needle in my machine. Here I am at the front panel of the machine, and the next thing you need to know is to press the double needle button. And I'm also going to make sure that my stitch length is 3.5 to sew on my ribbon. Here I am at the front bed of the sewing machine, and you can see that I've installed the twin needle here, and it's threaded and it's all ready to go. The next step is to take your ribbon and insert it into the channel, into the fancy trim foot, and leaving a little tail in the back for you to hold on is always a good idea. Now place your fabric and stabilizer underneath the presser foot. Put the presser foot down. Hold on to the tails in the back as you start to sew. And then just gently guide the ribbon into the channel, and the twin needle will stitch it down neatly, all in one sewing operation, not sewing one side and then coming back to sew the other side. Then as you approach the end, snip off your ribbon and let the ribbon flow right through the foot to the end. And look at how nice that sewed the ribbon down so perfectly and evenly. I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by and watch my latest video, part 17, featuring the Singer Quantum Stylist 9960. I always appreciate comments and questions, and just always am happy to help in any way that I can. Have a happy creative day. Bye now.